Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, David here, and welcome back to another Atlus news episode. I'm excited for this one, and I know you guys are as well, because we have been waiting for Persona 5 The Phantom X, or P5X, to finally release in English and on consoles, just the real release for us in the West, right? And it's starting to look really good. It is starting to look really good for a potential reveal of Persona 5 global launch, right? Persona 5 X. And I'm looking at Tokyo Game Show. We have a lot of new details that can all be linked to a potential global launch of Persona 5 X, and I want to go over all that in today's video. Now, before I do, I made a video talking about my full-on in-depth predictions for Tokyo Game Show 2024. If you want to check that out in more details, the link is going to be in the video description, as are my sources. Otherwise, I am still running the giveaway for a code on your platform of choice of Metaphor ReFantazio, set to launch early October. We're very excited for that here on the channel, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you comment with your platform of choice for a chance to win. Now let's get right into it. So the first thing that Atlus just announced is that they are going to host a media briefing presentation at Tokyo Game Show, which is going to be in two parts. Part 1 is going to be a Persona 5 The Phantom X reveal. We don't have more details, that's what they called it. Interesting. Part 2 is my bad boy, my little baby here, Metaphor ReFantazio World Tour closing ceremony. So that's super hype. We're gonna get the final marketing push for Metaphor before it comes out. That is really dope. This stream from Atlus is going to be on September 25th at midnight. So it's rough in terms of us in the Eastern time zone. I won't be able to stream this bad boy for obvious reasons, but hey, who knows what's gonna happen during this event, and of course I'll be here to report the news as soon as I'm able to. Interesting stuff. What are you gonna talk about for Persona 5 The Phantom X here? I mean, seems like a good place to talk about your Japanese launch, which is the next thing that I want to talk about. So a few days ago, Atlus and Perfect World Games, the developer of P5X, opened a Japanese website for the public, and previously it was only for the release in beta in China that there were a website. There was no website for Japan, and that's really interesting because the last time that they talked about a Japanese release for P5X, it was during a Q&A where they were asked about a Japanese and worldwide launch, and they said, hey, a Japan and worldwide launch is under consideration. Well, here we go. There's a Japanese side. There is obviously going to be a Japanese launch because you guys, remember, we reported on that a few days ago. Atlus teased 3 new games to be shown at Tokyo Game Show, which is a Japanese event, obviously. And out of those 3, we now have confirmation that Persona 5 X is in there. So they confirmed that P5X is coming to Japan. So the next step is the international launch. You gotta remember that Atlus also polled their fans in a 2024 consumer survey asking us about a bunch of things, and there were some questions about mobile since they're trying to expand into this market. We saw that in their investors meeting report, and Persona 5 X being a mobile game was what I had in mind when I read the questions in the survey, and they asked people about a Persona 5 mobile game, asking about if they would check that out, all that stuff. There is also talks of a console version, and when you read the answers of the developers of Perfect World Games and Atlus talking about P5X, it feels like they're already ready to reveal a worldwide launch and a console version as well, or at least to confirm it, because they were asked about a console versions in details, like, hey, Persona 5 X, is it coming out on consoles? That's what people ask them. You have gacha games on consoles. You have Honkai Star Rail, which is a game that is on consoles. I saw a freaking physical version for that game on PlayStation 5, so that's a thing. And what Atlus and Perfect World Games said is that, quote, console versions development would start after an international release. So in that question, if you take it literally, well, they confirmed an international release and they confirmed the console version. Clearly, everything that I'm reading here was translated by someone. There's always room for errors when it comes to translations, so who knows? But it is looking good. It is looking really good, and I wanted to talk about this today because I wanted to show you guys that, hey, Atlus is focusing on Persona 5 X at Tokyo Game Show, and generally, if this game, now that this game is coming out of the Chinese market, I'm fully expecting it to get a release worldwide, and hey, if it keeps doing good numbers like it did in China for the betas, having millions of registries, it's certainly going to get a console version as well, which that, in my book, is extremely interesting. What do you guys think about this news topic here? Persona 5X English, Persona 5X consoles. I'm starting to get very excited for this project, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I know it's a mobile/PC game. I know it's gacha, but just look at it. It looks freaking awesome. I made a video a long time ago saying, hey, it has no right looking this good, and I still stand by that. I want to check it out. Maybe I'll check it out and it's garbage. Who knows? But at this point, I like what I'm seeing and I want to give it a fair shot. So I'm really interested in ATLUS. If you're watching, please consider a English version of that game and a worldwide launch of that game on consoles too. That would be really awesome. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. You have a great upcoming weekend. Bye.